You found your career sweet spot. That's when the shift happens. That's when you stop chasing roles and you start being remembered, referred, and recommended before you even enter the room. And you're no longer boxed in by your last title. You're building forward with clarity and intention. So let's talk about what if your next big career move isn't about starting over, but finally leveraging everything you've already built. Most people are sitting on gold, skills, experience, insights, but they've never aligned them with what the market wants. That's the disconnect we're addressing today. Welcome back. I'm Drea Nicole, career strategist, author, and I'm someone who believes your career success should match your wisdom, not your workload. Today, we're getting into alignment. We are connecting the dots, if you will, from now to your next. Because when your strengths, your value, and the market demand come together, woo, that is your career sweet spot. You don't need more credentials to be seen. You do need the right positioning to be chosen. Let's define it clearly. Your career sweet spot is the intersection of your corporate currency. These are the valuable skills you picked up by just doing your job well. These are things that are now autopilot for you. Things like leading a team, solving problems, or clearly explaining ideas and solutions to different people. These are the kind of skills that make you ready for your next opportunity, no matter what the job title is. Then you have market demand. These are the real world problems businesses are actively trying to solve, and they're paying good money for this. You know how sometimes you're in school, you're really good at something like math or writing, but your teacher never really notices because you're not raising your hand or maybe showing off. This is not the time to be humble. That's kind of what happens though in grown-up jobs too. A skill gap means there's something important a company really needs help with, but they don't have someone who knows how to do it. Even those companies, they're filled with talented people, but statistics say 87%, that's almost 9 out of every 10, still don't have enough people with certain key skills, the important skills. And we're not talking about fancy or complicated skills. They're things like knowing how to use new technology confidently, i.e., AI, or being able to lead when big change happen. That was my wheelhouse. I used to call myself the chaos coordinator because I was the one that stayed measured when a lot of people entered the situation with stressful anxiety attitudes. Another skill, communicating clearly with people from different teams, being able to actually approach it in a bilingual manner, understanding people receive things in different ways and in different places. So even if you're not the loudest in the room, you follow me? Having these kind of skills makes you super valuable because so many companies are missing them. Now, on the flip side, okay, you with me? This also means even when you're super smart and capable, highly capable, if you're not paying attention to what people actually need, you might miss your shot. Let's talk about what it looks like to stand in the gap. Think with me here. Think of a bridge with a missing piece in the middle. Everyone's trying to get across it, but they can't. And if you have the skills to fix that missing piece, you're the one they need. You follow me? That's how I help my clients. We look at what's missing in their career, what companies need, and then build the bridge together. So they're not just applying for jobs or drafting business plans full of hope. They're solving real problems. Now that we've talked about the value in your skills and experience paired with what the market wants, let's put it all together. Let's get to that sweet spot. What energizes you? This is the work that fuels your focus, feels aligned with who you are becoming, whether it could look like mentoring, building systems, or innovative processes. When you're doing what lights you up, your career path becomes more sustainable and fulfilling. When those three meet your proven skills, the real market demand, and personal motivation, you found your career sweet spot. That's when the shift happens. That's when you stop chasing roles and you start being remembered, referred, and recommended before you even enter the room. And you're no longer boxed in by your last title. You're building forward with clarity and intention. So let's talk about what that alignment looks like. I want to bring this home during a very pivotal time in my career, a very pivotal time. I realized I wasn't just helping people get new jobs. I was helping them reimagine the life they wanted. But I wanted to offer more than motivation. I needed my advice to be grounded in strategy. So I started upskilling. I took financial literacy and estate planning courses, not because I was aiming to become a financial planner, but because I wanted to show my clients how their career moves impact long-term wealth. And I wanted to guide them with facts, not fear. I knew that purpose without a plan still leaves people vulnerable. Now, I don't just help clients shift careers, I help them build work lifestyles that support freedom, ownership, and legacy, whether that's within corporate or if they choose to pursue an entrepreneurial path. That is the power of stacking your skills with intention. Let's clear this up. Alignment is not about passion alone, it's about positioning. So here's where most people go wrong. They chase job titles. They chase job titles that don't match their strengths, or they apply to roles they're qualified for, but they're not energized by that. And they ignore what the market is actually asking for. Instead, let me give you some things on how to do it differently. You want to translate your existing experience into today's business needs. Then you want to stack soft and strategic skills, for example, communication and data storytelling. There's nothing like a data backstory. What's the old men lie, women lie, numbers don't, right? Also, doing things differently looks like align your brand, LinkedIn, which is far more than a digital resume. Align your brand to the future you want, not just the past you've had. We're letting that go. I want to give you a 3-step exercise you can do after this live stream, right? After you watch this video, you can go straight into this. Say 10 job descriptions you'd love to apply for or you would highly consider. Out of those 10 job descriptions, highlight the top 5 recurring skills. Now, take your last 3 roles and list the skills you utilize the most. What you're doing is you're identifying the overlap. Where do they overlap? So again, you take 10 job descriptions that you love to apply, highlight 5 recurrent skills, and then you take your last 3 roles and list the skills you use most. That becomes your alignment blueprint. So now when you're doing this, ask yourself, What skill gaps need closing? Remember the bridge? Well, what skill gaps need closing? Ask yourself, what story do I need to own and refine that on my LinkedIn? Ask yourself, what conversations do you need to start having to get visible, right? This is your reminder. You're not behind, you just haven't been positioned. Your resume tells one story, but positioning tells another. That's part of the reason I created the 7-step LinkedIn optimization guide. And if you want it, it's free. It's there. It aligns your expertise. You can do it in less than 30 minutes. Optimize your LinkedIn profile to align that experience with market demand. Show up clear to decision makers or future partners and get visible and magnetize your profile for the right fit. So comment the word future and I'll send it to you for free. So for those of you that tapped in, until next time, may your next move be your best move.